Alright, I am currently pulling into a still open, running, active, big Kmart. Yay! Look at that, everyone.
I wonder if there'll be any blue light specials.
Might be a blue light special. They even have the garden center. Look, they have garden verge all up the parking lot. They have some, even some, old soda machines right there. Look how faded that is, guys. I can't even tell what that top one is. Look at that.
Look at this quality swing set they're bringing out right now, too. That is quality.
Yeah, quality with a box that's been weather worn. There we go, right here. Looking at the back side of the outside of the garden center here. Look at that, big kind of deal. 3 for $9 Pepsi 12 packs. Rocking the blue light specials there. Wow. This is definitely full of product ready for your purchase.
And it's right by McDonald's.
Yes, by McDonald's, which I think McDonald's has not gone out of business anytime soon. So there you go, everyone. We're about to take a venture inside. All right, so the cool thing about this is still open. Like, there's people shopping here. As far as I know, there's no plans to close this one. This is here in Athens, Alabama, and that's really cool too. I actually knew some friends that used to work here. My sister worked at this one. It was actually her first real job. Walk past the open, which I don't know if this is the enter. It's the do not enter sign. So what's going over here? It smells like a good old store. Ooh, price drop on the fridgie. Still the same.
Oh my goodness.
And here I took a couple of just quick shots here, some of the clothing departments here. My kids were talking, and these are the front registers of the store, still stocked. Right to that first register there, I used to buy baseball cards there, and they were always a little bit more expensive than Walmart, which was crazy, and I didn't always get them there. And just kind of looking over the register area, it's still well stocked, everything ready, but it's still exactly the way it used to be. And here's kind of like a shot of, you can see some of the jewelry. And here's the cart here. Kmart was ripped off the handle. And right here is a shot also of the restroom, still in the front. And again, just kind of the clothing department. You can see the boys, girls' clothes. A little more pricier than I thought. Here's the baby section here too, and the layaway. And there for a while, I used to go into this layaway because Walmart stopped doing layaway. So me and my wife would go here and put things on layaway for Christmas. And we did this. Oh, it's been a long time. Yep, still looks exactly the same. So crazy. And this is just, again, some more shots of the men's clothing. You can see some customers still shopping in here, which was kind of cool. This was early on a Thursday. Yeah, cool cameras, right? No, I don't think they had cameras. Just the mirrors. And there's my boy, show boy, walking there. And he was having fun looking at all the clothes. And then they saw their shoe department there. Just took a shot just from one end of the store there to the other. And because that's where some of their groceries are, and they still have the same. I mean, this store's not changed the entire time. Really, this is some of the sporting goods, fishing section. See, they have the backpacks for kids back there on the wall. Yeah, it's cool backpacks. It's so crazy. This store has not changed at all. Like, it looks exactly, huge assortment, the same. Yeah, there's some of the fishing. Yeah, Sparkle there with me. And there's some of the equipment. Not a whole lot to really say about all that, guys. Emma, wave. Emma, wave. It's a Kmart worker. Alright, so most department stores don't have beds like this, so that was kind of cool. It kind of reminded me of like Big Lots, where they had the beds, the couches, that kind of thing. They had the deep freeze, which was over by they had like an appliance section. I mean, that's just crazy. And then this is again some more of the automotive section. And right in front of the electronics. This is where I was trying to go in on the side, which it was locked. You can't get into the garden center from the outside. It's just locked now. So if you want any garden center stuff, you have to go outside and get it and then take it in. And then they just had this kind of like garden center stuff, flower stuff, but man, All right, right there you can see where they have some movies in the electronics department here. It's crazy as how small it was. It was kind of combined with appliances. They had some TVs on the back. They didn't have any TVs like on, like display, like advertisements. Here's like a, you know, there you can see there the floor too where they had moved shelving. But there may have been a couple CDs there. I don't really remember any. But I remember actually shopping for CDs there back in the early 2000s, I guess. There was cameras there too. I did see that on the ceiling. They had the mirrors and the cameras. But I remember shopping for CDs here, guys. It's just crazy how they're all gone. I was just looking up and down these rows, and then I look out here, and you can see where they have, like, you know, some displays and stuff. And they had good prices, and it wasn't like it was clearance or anything. You know, they had some new movies right there in the front. And then you have appliances, washers and dryers, deep freezes, like you saw in the front too at the kind of the beginning there. Then they have, you go into like the garden center area again where they have outdoor patio stuff. And then the toy section is up there in the front. Again, all well stocked. And they have the grocery section here right on the other side of that candy, which you'll see in a second is some of the grocery.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
This is just a couple more shots from like the other side of the electronics. And again, right here where I'm standing is where they used to have rows of CDs. And they didn't have a whole lot compared to like Walmart, but I was just looking at the floor right there. You see I zoom into just where the shelving used to be. It's just crazy. So here I'm going again past the candy, going around here finally. And as I've wrapped around kind of around the rest of the store. And don't forget to stay tuned to the end here where I'm going to show you where they still had some blue light specials going on with a flashing blue light, which was cool. And here's again the toy section. The kids were kind of going through the posters right there. And then they had, I mean, it was well stocked, guys. There was decent prices. They're kind of highlighting how they have an app and you can get rewards. And so, you know, when we check out later too, I noticed they had that too. And again, I asked them about closing. You know, with all of the Kmart's closing, it's basically went bankrupt. I don't know how this one is staying open. I really don't. There is a Walmart in this town too, and it's like on the other side of the town. So that could help since it's separate. But I wonder, you know, I'd like to go back and maybe even check like during a busy day, like a Saturday or something, maybe an afternoon, late evening. Does it get any busier? Phoenix.
60% off. Hey, Emma, back here. By the back wall. Emma, wave.
Rachel. No.
I actually thought it was cool too. My kids, as you can kind of hear them there, were finding the newer toys that they like to go to Walmart or Toys R Us and find. And they were actually finding them here. I mean, Kmart's not slouching. At least this one is not when it comes to having the latest and greatest toys and some, you know, newer movies, you know, new products.
It's on sale.
Rach, what you got?
I found this emoji poster. It's only $5. I know.
Emoji poster.
All right, so while I was here on this aisle, I thought, why not make a toilet paper fort like I've seen so many people do? But guess what? I've never seen one at a Kmart. So I thought I would walk down here and see what we could do.
We got a fort here in the Showberry. I can't find the Showberry. I don't know where she went. There she is. She's in there. Let's see what else we can do. Just moving these around. Moving this around right here. And there he is. Now be quiet. There's also some spots back here. I can see there's not enough. We can stack these up, but then they're not high enough. Kmart doesn't have enough toilet paper or shelves to really make a really good fort. I know we got Showberry back over here. She's building a nice fort. She's safe. and we got the Show Boy and Show Sparkles helping out. But there's not really enough product to make a great fort here at Kmart, unfortunately. And this is even a big Kmart. We thought about making it over here. We tried looking by the Kleenexes. There's just not a lot of spots to go, guys. So we've been trying to build this like up from the, even from the bottom, like trying to combine them, but there's just not enough. There's not enough product here at Kmart. Unfortunately, they don't have enough shelves. It's just so small that we can't build it, guys. So we tried to build this Kmart fort, and we did have a couple spots where we could fort up and hide from the attackers coming down the aisles, but this is as far as we could get. So you can see, you can't even see her back here. We're good over there. Showboy's still down here in his fort, down here behind me. He's down there. You can't even see him. Oh, there he is. Hey, how's it going down in there?
It's good.
It's good? Okay, you protected down there from the evil villains? Okay, good. So you can see he's doing, let's go check on Showberry. Showberry's still down here. Showberry, can you see me down there?
Yes.
You look very comfortable. Do you need a drink or do you need like some pillows?
Yes, I would like that, please.
Okay, cool.
And there's...
No, guys, there's nobody down there. Hey, Showboy is so loud though. I don't know if somebody's gonna hear him down there. He's making a lot of noise. He's got to be quieter. He's learning. He's learning the process. Me and Show Sparkle are keeping an eye out for any invaders that might be coming down here, guys. Oh, there's noise happening. There's people. Showboy, there's somebody coming. Oh, there's a shopper right there. Okay, whew. Guys, that was a close one. Show Sparkle. Was that a close one? Yeah. So yeah, well, we're gonna put the toilet paper back because you don't leave it in a mess when you make a fort. So you got that, we got it out. We did make a fort though, and that was fun. But there just wasn't enough product for us to really keep it going. It's just 2 small rows. Good job, Show Kids. Good job, Show Kids.
All right, and you can just kind of see some of the household items they have here. There's the pharmacy, but I noticed right there, kind of see it real quick. I went over it kind of fast. They actually didn't have an open pharmacy where you couldn't actually buy, items that you would get, prescriptions. So that part was not open. However, the rest where you get medicine, that kind of thing, was definitely still up and running. And here I'm just kind of walking through the store. Kids are asking me about looking at the loofah right there. So it was kind of funny.
Look how big these things are. People use them.
It was flashing.
And then I'm heading kind of back to the front of the store, coming up from the other side of the registers. There you are. You can see them. They have canoes up there on the wall, drink machines, all still well stocked and good to go. And there you go, guys. The blue light specials. Attention Kmart shoppers. And they didn't announce any while we were there, but they had the blue light flashing. Yep, there's your good close-up look at that. And they had the light flashing up here at the front. Yeah, right there, and it was basically half off socks and stuff, which, it's still kind of cool, definitely, to see that. And then, again, just kind of looking at the jewelry department right there, trying to make sure I didn't miss anything, because when I look back on this, I kind of want to make sure I saw at least the general idea of what the store was, that kind of thing going on, kind of just a slow-mo turn and everything, and that's basically it, guys. Again, there's the jewelry. That's some 70% off, and some was 90% off. And it wasn't like it was on clearance. I think it was just on sale, that kind of thing. So, and they were moving stuff around in the store for Father's Day that's coming up. They're making sure they were putting men's items on display. Here we are checking out.
How are you? Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
You got it, honey?
6'9".
That's not it. I got one more.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, so I might be walking out of Kmart for the last time. So if I ever get back over to this one, that'd be really cool. But it's been awesome because my sister actually worked at this, and I used to shop here when I was a kid at the one here in Athens. And I don't live close to it anymore, so I don't come close to it anymore. But I thought I'd do at least one cool video of the inside of it so I can always look back on it, show my kids,
that kind of thing. So they're actually still in the store, so I didn't want to leave them in there. But yeah, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that cool tour video of Kmart. I did the Circuit City one in close to Birmingham, and I felt bad because it was kind of shaky and everything. I felt like I didn't give it its due justice, and I did a lot of talk over on this one because I wanted it to be good. There was lots of people in there talking, my kids are talking, and that kind of thing, so I wanted it to be as good as possible. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a like. Tell me what other stores you want me to try and find and visit before they close. I wish I would have done like a Blockbuster or something too, because that was something that I would love to be able to have looked back on. And not only am I looking one, you know, on something that I shopped at, but it's a store I shopped at. So that's very cool. So thanks for watching the Showstopper shows. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. The show stops here.
Let's walk through it.
Does it? Yeah, okay. Oh. Good job, Emma.
We ain't never gonna quit it.